All right. So some interesting turn of events in the sustainability world is there's a lot of seems like a lot of energy around sustainability and farm projects. What are some of the farm projects that you guys are involved with?
So currently we are undergoing a life cycle analysis to really quantify where our benchmark is for environmental impacts so that we can figure out where there are opportunities to improve our greenhouse gas emissions, energy, but also find out where there's opportunities for us to partner with other companies and organizations.
We run a program called Conservation Partners that supports technical assistance to private landowners to help them adopt conservation practices on their working lands. So we fund tens of millions of dollars worth of grants through that program each year. But what's new and exciting for us is that we've been trying to better quantify the carbon impacts of our interventions on working lands, and that includes croplands and grazing lands. So we're developing a monitoring system where we can combine some satellite data with actual on-the-ground soil sampling to give us better estimates of our carbon impacts.
So what's driving that carbon? The quest for carbon.
I'd say two main things. One, curiosity. We simply want to better understand what the impacts are that we're having. But two, our partners are increasingly interested in reporting their carbon impacts through their investments with us. So as funding partners, they're asking us very nicely to give us better and more robust estimates of the work that we're doing together.
How long do you think carbon is going to be such a driving issue in sustainability? Is this a long-term play, short-term?
That's a great question. I think the hot topic varies switches every 5 years. It's certainly been carbon for the last 5 years. Its urgency is becoming greater as time goes on. Hopefully we can take steps to change the urgency, but it's going to be a long-term game.
So Rachel, on some of your projects, where is carbon landing within the national corn growers?
So carbon is actually in a lot of our conversations from ethanol and a low carbon standard, SAF, which is sustainable aviation fuel, and then in the environmental side of it as well. So it overlaps in a lot of our programs, but trying to figure out how we can really put the puzzle together and talk in a unified voice of how corn can be an opportunity for us to lower our carbon intensity scores instead of switching over to electric vehicles or other options.
So Ben, you have a unique opportunity within some of the project that you're taking on. Why don't you talk to us about your project that you're working on?
Well, Farmers for Soil Health is a pretty significant project in the sustainability space. That's how I get to work with all of you. It's really cool because it's a result of 3 commodity organizations, corn, pork, and soy, coming together and say, hey, let's do something big together in sustainability. Developed a partnership with National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, went after one of the big climate smart commodity grants, $100 million basically, to start driving, 2 things. One, adoption of cover crops, which seems to be low-hanging fruit in the sustainability space. Farmers know how to grow things, so they know how to grow cover crops.
Yeah.
There's still really low adoption.
Yeah.
But then setting up a marketplace where farmers who adopt those practices and others can be paid by companies who need those practices along with others to meet their sustainability goals.